Hi, I'm Andrew Drane from Harcourts Hills Living. Today we have a really interesting question I'd like to broach with you, and that is, do I have to sell to the highest bidder at auction? Well, here at Hills Living, we love our auctions. We contend that we're very, very good at running an auction campaign, and we get some very good results. But to answer your question bluntly, no is the answer. You do not have to sell to the highest bidder at auction. The price that you will accept at an auction is entirely up to you. We have things called a reserve price. Now, the reserve price is the lowest price that you would take on auction day, and that's set based on feedback leading up to the auction, comments from buyers, the current market at that time, advice from your real estate agent, and of course your own expectations. So straight away, as the auctioneer, I have the reserve price in my pocket when I do call an auction, and I know I cannot drop the hammer unless I reach that figure. Now, when an auction does stop and the highest bidder stops at, say, $850,000, that's when the real negotiation, in my opinion, starts in most auction cases. So if you come to one of my auctions, you'll see us stop the auction, go and seek advice from the vendor. We're in, out, buyer, vendor, buyer, vendor. At that point, that's when the real keys of negotiation come into play, and that's where the real skill of an auction agency ensures that you'll get the most money for your property. So we might stop at $850 on the auction, public bidding stops at $850, the property then sold for $920,000. That process between stopping and negotiating enabled us to get the extra $70,000, because our job always is to make sure that buyer has paid the most money for the property that they're happy to pay, and that gives you more money in your pocket. And in this environment where auction clearance rates are around about between 50, 60, 70%, if the property doesn't sell at auction, it doesn't mean that we've failed. Auction is a three-part process. We have selling prior, we have under the hammer, and we sell after. Important statistic to note, if we pass a property in at auction, about 90% of those properties passed in will sell within 2 weeks after the auction. Why? Well, we've taken it to the market, we've got our buyers to the auction. Some of them may not have been prepared on auction day, maybe their finance hadn't been approved, maybe they just weren't in a position to bid on auction day. But those that have bid haven't reached the reserve, or those new buyers that come in just after the auction, they're normally the ones that will pay the price that we're asking for after the auction. What's the benefit of an auction campaign? Well, you know what? At the end of a 4-week process, which an auction is a 4-week campaign, we will unequivocally know what the price of your home is. Why? Because we've had maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 groups of people all giving us comparable data and feedback on your home. So when we get to auction, the one thing we know for certain is what the house is worth, and that enables us then to set a realistic reserve price to ensure you're getting the most money for your home. So just remember, when it comes to an auction campaign, we have many strategies to ensure that we get you the most money. And the auction day, as me as the auctioneer and all the sales team out there encouraging the buyers to pay more money, is just one of the processes of getting your top dollar. Any questions, please feel free to call me. My number is on the bottom of the screen. As the auctioneer, the chief auctioneer of Harcourts Hills Living, I love the auction process and welcome you to call me to answer any questions that you may have. I'm Andrew Drane, signing off. I'll see you at the next Q&A.